coming right there.
Hey guys, this week's sponsor is Arms List. You can check them out at armslist.com. They got great member benefits. You can shop your local areas for amazing face-to-face deals, or you can shop nationwide from their whole network of over 1,300 FFL dealers. You can sell your own items in your local area. There's no sales fees, no nonsense, no BS, right? Just become a member, pay your low monthly membership fee, and then you get to enjoy all the benefits, right? Get access to exclusive deals with all their partners at Arms List Marketplace. Buy in as little as 2 clicks. You can check it all out at armslist.com. Thank you for sponsoring this video. All right, hey gents, welcome back to Tactical Rifleman. I'm out here with my good buddy Chris Weatherman, a.k.a. Angery American. We're out here, you see the attachments for the Bobcat, you see the range in the background. We've been just out here hanging out, and Chris is like, man, you've got the best yard. And I was like, yeah, it's a bitch to mow. He's like, no, I mean, it's a good thing.
People spend so much money trying to kill all this off, and I'm like, do you know what is here? Like, do you have any idea?
And everybody knows you can eat dandelions. Okay, you can eat dandelions in a pinch. I thought that's what he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I got my orchard.
Yeah, you got fruit orchards, you got nut trees here, you guys have a garden over there. You've got a lot of stuff you're doing.
Of course, I only get blackberries once a year. Exactly. I only get apples once a year. I only get peaches once a year. The garden will give me, depending on what
you planted and how you can store it, you know. The nice thing about this is it's kind of like a produce stand that never closes. It's always here.
Man, if you knew how bad the weeds are here. All right, so real quick, we randomly, because we wanted a spot in the shade, we picked a 2 meter by 2 meter swath. Why? Because that's as wide as the camera will go.
Yeah.
And we're real quick, Chris, show me my salad bowl.
Well, yeah, it's amazing because, like I said, people spend a lot of money trying to kill all this stuff, and they don't realize that not only is this edible, it's medicinal. These plants that are growing here have been used for centuries to treat everything from cancer to diarrhea.
Awesome.
Like literally, these plants right here will treat your, you said you've had dysentery in 41 countries.
41 countries. I've yet to go to a country I didn't get sick in.
There's stuff here that'll remedy it. And these things grow all over the world. Some of them do. You know, like plantain, it grows everywhere. And you have both varieties. There's a broadleaf, a narrowleaf. I've seen them both on the property. Lots of broadleaf.
I take that back. I did not get sick in Iceland.
Well,
I was only there for 9 hours, but it was a layover. Iceland's nice, by the way.
I'd love to go to Reykjavik.
All right, let's check this out. All right, Chris, I've got weeds.
You got lots of weeds. Well, I mean, a lot of stuff here people recognize. Everybody recognizes like white clover. You know, we all know what the flower and the leaf looks like. You know, the little Lucky Charm looking thing.
Yeah, it's everywhere here, literally.
And then the white clover. These are obviously edible. Everybody knows. I mean, you can eat the flowers, and the white ones are sweet. Everybody would think that the red ones would be better, but the white ones are actually better. And these also have medicinal properties.
I start tossing these in a salad, old Aunt Helen's gonna start losing her mind.
Until she tries one, maybe.
That's actually pretty sweet.
Isn't it good?
That's sweet.
Yeah. So that's an edible that's obviously it grows everywhere around here.
Everywhere.
And
my whole yard's white, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, everywhere. And then everybody can see these big broad leaves that are growing all over here. Mm-hmm. And big broadleaf. This is broadleaf plantain. This is edible, but you see on the back side of this leaf, you got these real thick veins.
Yep.
So eating this, those are going to be a little stringy.
Okay.
For some people, that's unpalatable. It's a problem. But this is also a great medicine. It has a very astringent and drawing property. So like you get a bug bite, wasp sting, something like that, even snake bites. I know my buddy Alan treated I think it was a copperhead bite in a hospital with this. And It worked. Because the other stuff they were doing wasn't working. But you take a broadleaf plantain like this and you just chew it up.
Okay. You're just pulping it, mortar.
Basically, using my mouth as like a mortar pestle. So now it's damp.
Okay.
You get a bug bite, you can put it on it. You take a piece of cloth, you just wrap it and leave it on there, and it will draw out the venom from whatever bug's bitten you.
Okay.
that drawing property works internally as well. Along with the dandelion that's here, and even, see if we can find a leaf, because we're going to show you the rest of these in a minute. The wild strawberry growing right here.
Now, they're not as sweet as your commercial strawberries, but I have wild strawberries everywhere also.
So yeah, this is a decent sized little wild strawberry. But these leaves are also, they have good properties for wound care, topically applied. It can be taken internally.
All right, now what does it do for wound care?
It's antimicrobial, and
Okay.
the plantain, the strawberry leaves also have a mild antiviral capacity to them.
Okay.
So you can pack a wound with these into a poultice, pack a wound, wrap
Okay.
it up. It'll help keep it from getting infected. Obviously, we know we can eat the strawberry. It's a fruit.
Yep.
We can dry these leaves and make tea out of them too. Just like you do pine needle tea when
Yeah,
you're in the
yeah,
woods,
yep.
you can make tea out of these strawberry
Okay.
leaves. And then, you know, we've got the dandelion, which is, to everybody, this is the most hated weed in the lawn. But what people don't understand, here, grab the leaves, there you go, is this is a very powerful medicine. Dandelion's been researched. It has anti-cancer properties. It's good for the urinary tract, be it the bladder, the kidneys.
Okay.
You can take this internally. You can eat this in a salad. You can eat the flowers. You can make wine.
Yeah,
Evan's Finest.
everybody's heard of dandelion wine.
Make wine out of this. And the roots are also very powerful. So in any plant, when you look at a plant, say dandelion, you look at the leaf, you look at the flower, most of the power of that plant is in the root. It's underground. So you dig up the dandelion root, clean those off, you dry them out. They can be roasted and ground as a coffee substitute. It's not going to be coffee, but it's something coffee-like. But again, it's a powerful medicine. If you're drinking a drink that you're making to have a hot brew when you're in the woods or in a bad situation, but you're also taking medicine in at the same time that's
Yeah.
going to help your body. And that's the wonderful thing about all these. And you know, we always hear about eat local. People talk about that,
Yeah.
right? How much more local can you get than the native plants to
On
the
the
dirt you
tactical
live in?
rifleman range.
On the
Yeah.
tactical rifleman range, yeah. So don't underestimate your weeds. These are all powerhouses of both nutrition and medicine. I recommend everybody take a look at their yards, start finding the plants that are growing in them. You'll probably be surprised at what you have on your property. And this was just one little thing. I was walking down this hill the other day going to the range with Karl, and I'm looking and I'm like, you got a salad bowl here, man.
Yeah.
This really is a salad bowl. And none of this stuff's bad. Like the plantain, you chewed it. It's got an interesting flavor. The clover was really good. You know, all of these are edible, perfectly edible, and the medicine aspect of it. I don't want to go into a whole lot of the medicinal side because I like people to do their own research.
Yeah.
Don't take my word for it.
Because you can literally, from the plantain to this one right here, those are completely different plants.
Very different plants.
Very different plants.
So you
I
do want to be
remember
careful.
what this one is again. What was this one?
Well, it's hard to tell. It's so small right now, but it's looking like it's in the mallow family to me. But
I don't need
it's-
to be putting it in my mouth if
Well,
I'm not sure what it is.
never, ever do that.
Yeah.
And when you start studying plants, there's certain things that they'll tell you. Obviously, this has a jagged edge to it, and this is a lance-shaped leaf with no jagged edge. It's got these heavy veins in it. When you turn the leaf over, you see these heavy veins coming down. This one doesn't have the same pattern.
Yeah.
So it's easy to distinguish them apart. And
Yeah.
once you start to learn these things, it's easy to identify plants. The other thing I'd recommend is look up a guy on YouTube called Green Dean. Check out his videos on Green Dean. He's in Central Florida, but he does hundreds of videos on edible plants. He doesn't go into the medicinal side so much, but he does do the edible side. And you can learn what you can eat that's around you. And some people may say, well, why would I'm not going to eat the weeds. I don't do that kind of thing. Let me tell you, you spent 4 or 5 days in the woods with
Yes.
little to eat. Because I've done that.
It all looks good then.
You will eat anything. And you'll be tempted to try to eat things that you don't know what they are. And you remember the kid, Christopher McCandless, the one that sold everything and wandered off into the wilds
they made a whole movie about him.
of Alaska?
He ended up killing himself because he thought he was eating a plant that was edible, and he ended up getting one that he identified in the book, but it was very poisonous.
And Alaska only has a few poisonous plants.
Yeah, that
Very
was one
few.
of
And
them,
he
yeah.
managed to grab one of the poisonous ones. So do take caution, but also this is a great course of study, especially if you're into preparedness or survival. You spend time in the woods, not just for the food side, but the medicine side. You know, like you said, you get out in the woods, suddenly you've got the trots.
Yeah.
You know, finding something that'll help stem that flow
Yeah,
would be
for sure.
would be a big deal. So learn your weeds, guys. Karl's got an awesome lawn. This one's great. Again, plantain's pretty easy to identify. There's also another variety called narrow leaf. This is the broadleaf. Both of them do the same thing. Bug bites, stings, wounds, cuts, scrapes. That works great on all of them.
Everything.
Everything, yeah.
And there's all kinds of medicinal use, willow, all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff.
willow, yeah, and that's where aspirin comes from. Most people don't realize
Yeah.
that. But aspirin's an acid that originated from the willow plant.
Why did
So
you choose to plant willow trees down the road, Karl?
Some
I didn't
nice
think about
willows, too.
your, what was the plant your wife got you that's like more caffeine than
Oh,
your
my,
tea?
my hollies, my Yaupon hollies.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's another one that we grows in Florida. We planted it on my property as an ornamental, but it has the highest concentration of caffeine of any plant on the planet.
So when we run low on tea and coffee.
Time to start drinking holly.
If you've read all his books, you know his character, Morgan, lives off of tea.
Yes, he does.
And if you guys have ever seen any of my live streams, you know I live off of, I gave up oxygen, I just do
Use coffee?
now.
That's how I am with tea. My day doesn't start till I've had a glass of tea. It's
Yeah.
just and now in the winter I love coffee too, but in the summertime I want some iced tea, man. And you can make tea right here. These strawberry leaves like we showed, they're a great tea. And your blackberries,
Yeah.
how they're growing everywhere. Take those leaves, put them in the oven, and roast them down.
So you don't even have to wait till the berries themselves are in harvest.
It's better to actually grab the leaves before the berries because that plant has taken all it has to produce those berries.
Those berries,
The leaves taste better before the berries.
Okay,
So there's two uses for it right there.
there you go.
So yeah. So learn your edibles, folks. There's a lot of them out there.
Everybody wants to learn different types of trees and stuff. Okay, if they have uses, but other than that, to me, they're firewood.
Yeah.
This is the important stuff right here. What can give me substance? What can give me medicinal value? You know, Chris, always great to hang out with you, brother.
Always, brother. Thank you for having us
And,
up here, man.
Thanks for coming out, and thanks, guys, for supporting our sponsors. You all take care and shoot straight. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter so you don't miss out on anything.